Do you believe in love at first sight? I asked this question on my Instagram stories and I was really surprised with the result that I got. Now, before you continue watching this video, I want you to pause and tell me in the comments, yes or no, do you believe in love at first sight? I'd love to know that. Hi, it's Eva here. Welcome to my channel, the place where I share everything that I wish I knew about dating and relationships years ago. Now, the result that I got on my Instagram stories was 50-50. That means that every other person that ever crosses your path believes in love at first sight. On the one hand, this is a very exciting thing. On the other hand, it's a very worrying and disturbing thing. So what happens during the time when you fall in love with someone at the first sight? You see this person, you are instantly probably sexually attracted, and you see them in this light, maybe not the light, that are angels singing, or maybe it is. Let me know if you have experienced that. When this happens, there are certain things that are actually happening chemically in your body. Your brain actually quickly releases hormones and chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, and adrenaline in your bloodstream, which makes you feel extremely happy and excited. You feel like this is the one and that everything will work out. And this reaction actually is very similar to how drug addiction feels. And now all you want to do is be with them, spend time together. I'd love to know. Tell me in the comments if you ever experienced that. So make sure that you stay all the way through the video, because I'll give you a couple of things to bear in mind whether you are a believer in love at first sight or whether you're not. Like this video if you're excited to learn about it. It's very important for you to keep in mind that you are falling in love with a fantasy. You just met this person, I get it, you find this person extremely attractive, and maybe even your knees are feeling weak and you're having hot flashes and you're feeling maybe these butterflies and all this excitement, and you're thinking, wow, this is the sign that this is the one, this is the soulmate, this is my person. But just keep in mind that you know very, very little about this person. You don't know what are the stories that they bringing to the table, how messed up they are, how broken they are, because the truth is we all are. And if you are watching this and you think, oh, I'm a Miss Perfect, I don't have any things that I need to work on, whoa, you are so delusional. You are so delusional. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to mention this. There are some couples that say this thing, oh, it was love at first sight. And when you think about it, how real that is. I was watching Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm a big fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he was saying how very often the things that we mention from our past, only 50% of them are true. So maybe you are talking to someone, they've been together for 30 years and they saying, oh, it was love at first sight. They're not telling that in the first few months they were arguing all the time. They're not telling you that the first time they went on a holiday it was an absolute disaster. When you look closer, you will see that every relationship will have challenges, will have issues, will have certain things that you have to work on. If you just met someone and you're thinking, wow, this is love at first sight and this is going to be an ultimate answer to my loneliness, to that feeling that something is missing, I really want you to take a moment, step back a little bit and just think, okay, is this really a good idea to place so much power on that one person that I just met and I hardly know them? So yeah, just keep that in mind. And another interesting thing when it comes to love at first sight, and I wish I knew that many years ago, I've made love choices based on that. And I talk a lot about it in my book, Why Am I Still Single book for women. The truth I wish my mom told me about men is that in the past, I chose men based on my childhood wounds. All I was doing, I was falling in love with the familiar. So if you were growing up around maybe a parent that was not very nice to you, maybe they were bullying you, maybe they were bringing you down, maybe they were criticizing you on a regular basis, then what happens is that when you are in your adult life, when you are dating and you meet people that got similar qualities to that person that you grew up around, you instantly recognize that as love, and you instantly recognize that, oh, this is my person, because that person seems so familiar to you. When you meet someone and you hardly know anything about that person and you feel that this is love at first sight, I want you to take a moment, and I know it's not easy to do that because you're thinking, wow, you know, this is so yummy and it's so delicious and it feels so good and I want that, and I don't want to let go. I want to embrace and I want more of that because it's just so good. I know, it's just so good. Ask yourself, okay, is this person really good for me, or am I just trying to relive some childhood trauma and all I'm doing is falling in love with my dad? I know it sounds like a bit creepy, but when you think about it, there is truth in it. I'd love to know in the comments, have you ever dated someone that now when you look back you think, wow, if they were very similar to my dad, to my mom, to people that I grew up around? I'd love to know. Tell me in the comments if you have experienced that. I want you to ask yourself this question, especially if you find yourself falling in love at first sight, maybe with one person, then another person. Why are you in such a rush? Why are you rushing to open your heart to someone that you hardly know? Why are you so in a rush? What is that? I want to give you a couple of pointers from the things that I've experienced myself and heard working with other people and the people that I coach, and just conversations that I had with people. It could be that you had a lot of bad dates. You've been to one bad date after another. You're kind of feeling that you are losing faith in love. By the way, if you are losing faith in love, make sure that you watch this video where I tell you a little something that you can do to regain faith in love. Maybe you are in a situation where you feel like your biological clock is ticking and you're feeling pressurized by your whatever that is pressurizing you to actually find that person and form that relationship and have this happy ever after. You know, this could be one of the reasons. Like this video, that's you, but that's another topic. Maybe you are feeling really lonely. Maybe you're feeling that, you know, your life is a bit dull and you're not that happy where you are. You feel like, oh, your job is boring, everything is boring. Your social life is lacking all, you know, the excitement and the novelty, and it's just all like a bit like flat. So you're feeling this person that I just met is going to be an answer to all that. Well, I think it's very important that you look inside of yourself, and especially if you feel like, oh, you know, I keep falling in love really fast. I want you to ask yourself, okay, why is this happening? And what is it something that is really missing, that I'm missing in my life, that I keep falling for people so easily? Now, I don't want you to think that I made this video to tell you that don't believe in love, it's like, you know, that this is not. I'm a big believer in love. That's why I have this channel, because I want you to make better decisions when it comes to love. But what I want you to do instead is step back a little bit, and next time you meet someone and you think, oh wow, this is love at first sight, this is it, let me book the wedding venue, I want you to step back a little bit and just remind yourself that firstly, you might be falling in love with a fantasy. Remember that if you are infatuated by someone, that the things that are happening in your body is just, you are like a drug addict and you are not able to make rational decisions at that point. You might be just falling in love with someone that is just very familiar to you, and you want to heal and you want to meet people that are not like them, instead of forming a relationship with someone who is going to be a bully, a narcissist, a person that doesn't even appreciate you. So just think about it. And another thing is that, okay, ask yourself, what am I lacking in my life apart from a romantic relationship? And I'm thinking that, oh, this person that I just met, this love, is going to be an answer to all the other struggles, all the other things that I'm going through. So I really want you to think about that. If you have a friend that keeps falling in love at first sight, then make sure that you share that with your friend, that you share this video and like this video if you like it. Or maybe you are someone that keeps falling in love with the wrong person, then make sure that you subscribe, because next week I'll be releasing a video about why do you keep attracting the wrong kind of guy, and a little something that you can do to change that. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I shall see you next time, and always remember that you are worthy of love. See ya!